Alright, back again. Back at day 2, even though it's nighttime. Day 2. And I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna stop until
eventually one is going to drop. We can grab that one, and hopefully I got it. And now we can head back up the stairs. We're going to use this tape, put it right in there, and rotate this stuff a little bit more. Now we just have to put the blue in its place first, and then we can focus on the top. Because the top doesn't move the
so I'm probably not gonna end this till I get all 10 of these to unlock my item.
And now it's time for
Probably that's how it's gonna be.
Pretty cool ways of getting through them.
Since I gotta do all these games.
We're gonna go ahead, pull ourselves over there, and now we can actually grab both the tape through the wall and also go
right back at it again.
To open up this door and put the tape.
Please remove this.
Where again you tap and hold our mouse button so we can get this electricity through right away.
What's going on?
And now we're in this very dark moment where it's going to be a bit of a jump scare with Mommy coming down. So, hi Mommy, how you doing? Yeah, she is very upset at us, but she still does play fair, even though she's terrifying. Instead of just killing us, which she very much could have, she allowed us to play one last game, hide and seek, where she's going to chase after us after counting 10. But thankfully for us, I know the exact path we have to take, so there's pretty much no chance at her actually catching us. We're just going to head over here. There are going to be these stairs, and we head up that. Then we have to head
Roblox is down. So now even the hatch is down.
And there's this weird hole. I really do wonder who made all these holes. Was it like the past workers? Was it the children that were trapped here? I don't know. But now we're going to go ahead, press that button, which is going to open up another vent. And this game just loves its vents so much. But at the end of this vent, there's also going to be a trophy. So, of course, we have to grab that. Head down here, and there's going to be a couple of doors at this point, which we can just go straight through. It says staff only. I mean, technically,
please
does tell you that you
open
can
up.
Staff, so we're not breaking any rules. And now we have to activate all 4 of these switches to open up a gate.
Now it's going to take me to a different server.
We see that Mommy's head starts popping out, and now she's chasing after us.
I feel like Roblox might be down right now.
To happen, and what we have to do is pull ourselves up here. So
Roblox might actually be down.
She looks absolutely terrified. I do not want to deal with her at all. But after we stop hearing the pitter patters of her feet, we know we can go forward. It's kind of funny. If she just waited literally a second longer, she would have caught me. But, I mean, she didn't. Now we want to head through the same place that we just ran from. And this time we're going to get
let's go.
Turn on first. So we have to turn that on.
Complete some games. Stuff.
Furnace doors, which is probably not the safest thing in the world, but we have to do it because once the furnace is done, you'll see that there is a thing we have to grab, and then we can also put that in there, hold down the lever, and head to our next section where we're going to move a little bit forward. But of course, it's time for yet another change.
What do I want?
Going in the furnace. Now we just see yeah, this is kind of terrifying. She's running all over the place. I have no idea how to do this.
Flat Wars is gonna be. It's the easiest one. I saw a video. On some easy flag. On some easy eggs.
You can see that Mommy has put spider webs all over the place. She's knocking things down.
Normally the blue defeats the red, but the red defeats me if I'm blue, so if I'm red, I still get. I don't get defeated as much, but I still get defeated. Okay, so.
If you somehow mess up, then you go down. That's what happened. And this right here, because it's there, it's not going to track momentum. You can try to play that.
Right.
If you dare. And this time, we're actually going to load our game.
Right, it's loading NASA.
Sometimes this game breaks, and it just won't have this next section. So we just want to make sure that it doesn't break like that by loading our save, make sure everything. And at this point, each time we use our blue hand to go press that button. And this button is going to take
a while. Loading things going to take faster than it is to get the egg. This is RNG based, so I might not actually even get that egg counting towards the 10 egg. Right? Oh, alright. Daily rewards. Dragon every day for a bigger reward. Next reward in 19 hours, 38 minutes, and I don't think that's it.
with her kind of high fiver. So high five, mommy. I don't know if that's working. That's mommy then. So good, I guess. Anyways, that's going to open this up. Thankfully, the hand didn't come free, and it's time to pick up the speed run. Now, we're going to make this section a little bit faster by doing some full platforming, like heading up here. We can jump there. Then we can jump to this section.
Now the egg's gonna be right
We're
next
not too worried about that. We're going to grab this tape, and that's going to be our last one. And once we make it out this door, you'll see that we're now on top of this entire
next
hub
to the
area. So that's
flag.
pretty cool. And all that's left is to get the last
Isn't
train
the
code
egg
and
supposed to be
one up.
next to
So
the
we can
flag?
to this room. We'll see that Poppy's right there. We take the train code from her. We'll take both of these notes. And Poppy looks pretty emotionless. I mean, to be fair, she was just taken by mommy and made like a play toy, so I can't blame her too much. But anyways, after that, we're actually going to go backwards here, and that's because after a while we're going to head in this tube. And by going backwards, have the perfect angle forward through that door. Just a little time save. I love those. Then at the end, press our hand on the train door, which is going to open that up. Now, once part of the code is the same. It's going to be this pattern and then red, yellow, red, blue. But the train code is going to change. We see that it is 3124. We press that. That's going to be correct. And we can start the train. Now, if you've seen this game before, you know it's basically just a long cutscene, so we're skipping through it. The gist of it, though, is Poppy isn't going to let us escape. Instead, she's going to keep us in the toy factory, so we can keep out with it. Now, after a while, you'll see that the train really wants us to stop, and that's because we're going at a super high velocity. So we're finally able to stop time as soon as we pull that lever down. It's a time of 36:15. Third, we have Catnap in Chapter 3. Now, the speedrun starts as soon as we gain control of our player, and right away we want to be really fast since we have to cycle. So we're going to go hop over here and slowly open up the door. Then once we're able to get down here, we can grab that, pull ourselves up, and here's the cycle we have to make. We have to jump on this blue thing before it goes all the way up, and then we can jump on the other thing. And once that raises up a bit, we can make our way to the next section. Here we want to crouch down, go to the door right.
Where's this egg?
Another cycle we have to make. So again, we have to be pretty fast here. Where this section, these things are going to collapse, and if we weren't fast enough, that would have killed us. So we can make that, wait for them to come back up, jump on those, and right over here we can see that Catnap is holding himself up. It kind of looks hilarious, but we're just gonna keep going on our way. We don't really have to worry about it right now. He's just kind of a goofy guy. And we'll be making our way over to this vent where we can exit right there. And we have to collect two batteries. One is going to be over to the left, and the other one will be closet, which we can place right there.
I guess I just look pretty good.
First door. Now we're just heading through here. We're going to start hearing a phone call, but before we can answer that, we got to get some electricity, and then we can answer it, which is going to be Ollie. Ollie is basically one of our companion people who helps us out a little bit through the game. And right here, he's going to give us a battery, so we can pick up that before going over to the door, since that's going to open it up. Now he's just going to talk a lot, and it's a little annoying, but we're just going to play our game, and we can make our way through going stuff over towards the security door.
No, no.
Trying to do it from far away so we can save some time before moving this puzzle thing. What we have to do is get some more electricity and connecting all of that. We'll open up that door, and now we can go over to the gondola. But before we do that, we have to press both of these switches. We'll just get that done right there. That'll open up the door and cause a little load screen. Now once that's done, we can cut forward a tiny bit, and we get a cutscene. But after a couple minutes, Elliot Ludwig is finally done talking to us. He's a little annoying. And we can actually go into the main area of this place where Ollie's going to be talking to us again, being annoying yet again. But hey, at least he tells us what to do, like going into this section. We're going to trigger that by going over two, and then we can grab a key. And these keys will allow us to go to different places in Playfair. Like this first one, we can just head through this. So
See.
there's going to be a door right here, which is going to be our main power area. So we're going to want to walk into this section, and it's going to be another loading screen. Now once that one's done, we can see character meow 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 buzz buzz. I love Cappy. I hope we get to the actual game. But we're going to be heading over left here, we're going to take his battery. Now, if you've watched speedruns, you know that there is one where you can actually skip pretty much the entire game and go straight to the boss fight by using the word glitch. Well, for this speedrun, we're going to do it glitchless, so we actually get to see the whole game. And that means we're going to be taking the regular path, like getting this purple hand, which allows us to do some cool platforming by hitting our hands against these platforms. It lets us do long jumps, and it's pretty cool. Then right here, we're going to want to grab this, bring it over. There's all this red mist. I don't really know if that is mist or actually blood. kind of looks terrifying.
Huh.
We have to use this
Let.
platform, we'll move it over, and we don't want to move it one more time, so we'll get the perfect jump straight over here so we can save a tiny bit of time before another puzzle. We have to move, guys, we're going to connect them together, and the other one is going to go over towards that light before we push ourselves up, and we can grab this one first, and then put our hand right in there, which is going to connect everything that needs to be connected. That's the first part done. So we're going to move that light over there, and this one to connect to that, before basically doing the same thing, just the other way around, and that's going to get the other light. So now we can just cross past here, and wait a tiny bit for this door to open up, and once that's done, we're going to want to try to turn on the main power machine, which we're going to wait here until we see that this is online, and then we're going to start moving backwards. And that's because if you go too fast here, you're actually going to cause the game to get messed up, and we need the power to turn off before we make it to the next loading screen. But anyways, this is now going to go totally dark, and the entire play fair is also dark, so yeah, scary time. But we know exactly where we go. We're going straight over. There's no more way back where this is going to give us our next key. So here we're going to want to head over to the left, and we're on our way to this building, which we can open up since we have the new key. And as soon as we make it down these stairs, we're going to open this door, get a tiny loading screen. But this is going to put us in the next section where we go straight into the red mist, and now we're hallucinating. So yeah, this is the first hallucination part where we don't have our hands anymore in the front. Now, one really important thing about this part is we cannot let go of the run button, otherwise it's going to fall. Scary part where it's nice and dark. There's all crash marks on there, your radio, and tons of weird things are happening. But we're pretty much just going through. I'm not going to worry about any of this. I'm just trying to speed run until we make it over to this phone call, and then we're going to hear Ollie who tells us to run. We almost cat that for a second, so that's kind of terrifying. He was just hearing his way in, but you know, not my problem. We're going to keep running on it.
I guess I'll just return the hat.
So much stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I could beat
That
this.
face looks terrifying. And we see Pat now just at the end.
Why are there some games that
Don't want to be here, but you know
have
what we got to do.
that we can't find the X?
Turn around twice. We go the first time and then the second time. It speeds up this next part a little bit. We also hear get up. Don't worry, I am getting up because I see Catnap right there. How you doing, bud? But I'm gonna take the left path. We're not worrying about him. And finally, we're almost to the end where we just turned right and we see the store. Now this is gonna open automatically for us, and right away we want to take this tape and put it in this player where it's time to see Huggy Wuggy. Yeah, he's just looking cute, and it's time for some more lore. And it's basically just trying to make us feel bad about ourselves. But after way too long of waiting, Huggy Wuggy is going to come out of the screen, and we want to die to him right away. And that's because it's a strip. So there's no way not to die there. We might as well get it done since we're speedrunning. Now we're in this section. There's a lot of really weird stuff, and we have to turn on some power by using different batteries. Now, first of all, we're going to get the gas mask, which is really annoying since it obscures your vision. And we can also use these cars, which are really cool. You have to wind them up and then use them to get new areas. And now we'll bounce ourselves up here, which took a couple tries. How annoying. Sometimes the physics in this game are really weird. But we're just walking through, going through doors, making our way to hopefully we'll find batteries. We see one there, but we're actually going to ignore it. Instead, come to the left where we can pull ourselves up here. And that's because you're going to have to get two full batteries. So we might as well get the one.
An obby should be easy.
We'll just grab from there. Then after that, we can go back to the same room.
But it's troll obby. But obby should be easy to get the egg.
Top part of the building where we're going to see another car, and of course we're going to wind it up, have a great time to smashing through there and setting on fire. So not really my problem.
Yeah,
Now
you
from
know,
here, let's switch back to our green hand. And we're going to use this to do some more electricity. It's actually really cool how this game's in your hands. I really like that you can use multiple of them for different purposes. And yeah, it works really well right here where we have to grab some more electricity. We're going to use it right there. That's going to open up that door. And now we're going to see this guy who follows us if he sees us. So what we have to do is make sure he doesn't see us, so we can come from the side and grab his battery pack out from the back of him. Now we're just going to head in this vent and go downwards. So yeah, this has been a pretty hectic section, but we only need one more battery after this one. These vents, though, are going to lead us straight over here. Where if we walk backwards a little bit, we will see that there's another one of these battery rooms. So we might as well place that one in right there, as well as get some more electricity. So we can use it on that wall, open up this door, and this is going to give us even better electricity. That lasts a bit longer. So we can place the first one right there, get some more from the spot, and put it again right here. Where there's going to be a bit of a jump scare with that guy coming down, but we have yet another car, which this time we're going to try to ride it. But were kind of unfortunate. I was gonna have a really fun time with that. But anyways, that is gonna open up a new section for us where this time we have to put on our gas mask again because anytime there is this red mist, we have to put on the gas mask, otherwise we're gonna die. That's gonna allow us to go through these vents, and once we make it through there, we will see right away that there's gonna be this battery. We'll place it down so that we can use our blue hand right there, and that's gonna open up this convenient door. And finally, that is gonna be everything we have to do in this section besides put that battery in its spot, as well as turn on this button so we can head out. Yeah, I'm very surprised that I was able to remember everything we had to do. There are so many different paths you can take, but that's pretty good. Now we just have to place our hand right here. That's gonna open up another door, and it's time for another one of these puzzles. So we're first of all, we want to move that thing over there, move the second one so it's going over to the left, and aim this hand thing straight over there before taking this lever, and that's going to be the first part of the puzzle. Now for the second one, we want to move that over to that light, aim that guy yet again, and we're going to want to pull this bridge before pulling the lever. That way, both of them can get activated at the same time. And we're good to go. It's kind of funny, it's still giving me the tutorial of how to aim the turrets, but we're making it straight through here. We press that button. That's going to give us a nice convenient elevator, and we can use this to go straight out the building. But yeah, pretty good start. And we're going to get a tiny bit of a jump scare with Kissy Missy right here, where she goes and grabs us. But thankfully, Poppy is also here. So Poppy tells Kissy Missy, no, you don't got to do that. And here we're going to learn that they're our friends. It's kind of adorable, those two together. I love it. Well, Poppy right here is going to press a lever. That's going to give us a new platform to go up. And we see that Kissy Missy is very anxious right here. I actually love how expressive they made her, but it's just time for a little bit of boredom. Yeah, Poppy unfortunately does not value my speedrun time that much, but one thing we can do to speed this up a bit is press that button before we make it to the top. Then we have to head out here. Now, as soon as Kissy Missy is going to go and sit down, we can actually get on top of these bars and make it out of there just slightly earlier. So Poppy's still talking to us, but we're far gone. Now, right here, we're going to grab this, which is going to allow us to bring some electricity over towards the main building. And yeah, Poppy is still talking to us like I'm even listening to her. It's also kind of funny because Ollie is talking at the same time, just over Poppy. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to do this, but I'm speedrunning and we get another key. So from here, now we're going to head over to the school building. And this place is pretty scary, at least when you're doing your first playthrough. Obviously, we're a little bit better since I have an idea of what to do. So right away, there are going to be a couple of doors where we have to grab some electricity and also get some batteries. Ollie's talking to us for a while. Don't worry, he'll be gone soon. Well, we're going to grab this electricity first so we can go through here. And after that, we just walk through this building. And so we open that door where there's going to be our first battery. I'm going to want to come over into this section now, where we're just going to leave the battery there for now. Where we see her, yeah, Miss Delight is just going to be walking through the entire hallway, trying to attack us, and she also remembers us. So, yeah, this is a bit scary, but we don't have to worry about her, at least not yet. What we're going to do is go through these vents and then hop down here, where there's going to be another battery before pulling ourselves up, then continuing our way through the vent until we pop out the other side, and we can place one of the batteries right there, the other right there, and that's going to allow us to get electricity for our hand, which we can use to make it over into the next section, open up that gate. But before we can continue, there is going to be Miss Delight just walking through. Yeah, she is definitely an interesting character, but we can make our way over into here. And there are so many solutions that are solved by just looking up. So many times it's just look up and that's what you have to do. But hey, I'm not complaining. We're making our way through. And as soon as we make it through the vent into this room, you can see that Miss Delight is very much not happy like us. She's saying we're like the other humans, and she wonders if our screens are like them too. But still, what we're going to do here is grab this power, and as soon as we do that, Miss Delight is going to bust through the door, and she is angry. So how she works is as long as they're looking at her, she's not going to be able to walk. But we're not really worrying about that since we have the exact path we have to go. What we're going to do is use that battery, then take it again, and we're just able to make it away from her. She's not that fast, so as long as we're going the right path, we should be fine. I'm going to want to take this electricity and we can use it on that one. And this entire time, we want to make sure that we keep this battery since it's going to be really important. Now we'll make it through this classroom. Miss Delight is somewhere. It's kind of terrifying not knowing where she is. But hey, I'm just trying to go fast. As long as we play well, she probably won't kill us. And we're going to want to make sure that we actually take this electricity back after we make our way through the gate, go through this classroom, and then on this side, there is going to be another one of these where we have to use some electricity. And finally, we make it over to the ending section where what we want to do here is get a couple of different things of electricity. We'll do one for the left side, one over for the right side, and we'll take one more of these to go with us because you'll see that there's that light at the top. Then we can take this other battery, put one of the batteries to the left, one to the right, and yeah, Miss Delight is nowhere to be found. But then she teleports. Yeah, this game really doesn't want you escaping without her. And then right away, we're going to close this gate. And then she speeds up just just so she can have a very scripted death, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, there goes Mr. Light. I'm gonna miss you. I mean, I'm not really gonna miss you, but hey, we made our way and we got a new hand. But before we actually use the new hand, we have to do a couple more puzzles. First of all, we're gonna go ahead and grab this battery, which is gonna open up another door. And now we have this entire underground area, which just looks crazy. Honestly, they really made this game beautiful. It's a huge step up from the other games, and I really enjoy it. But we're gonna want to use our purple hand to jump through here, and then switch over to our green hand so we can grab some electricity, place it there so we can use our purple hand some more. And we pretty much just always want to follow where the fingers are going for these jumps. And that's going to be where our next platform is. So we'll make our way up. Except I messed up that jump. Okay, a tiny bit of a time loss, but literally only like 5 seconds, so it's fine. Now we're going through all this scaffolding, and we see after we make our way a little bit through here, there's another one of these really big puzzles. Luckily, I already know what to do. First of all, we have to press that light over there. Then we're going to take this hand thing, aim it at that spot, and we have another one of these, which we're going to want to aim at the next one. Then for the next one, pretty much same thing, just go to the other one. And finally, we have one more, which we have to place at the button. So with that, we can press the lever, and it's going to take a while to actually make its way through. So we have plenty of time to make it over to this elevator. That's going to cause the power to go on, and we're able to make it to the top of here. So that was a pretty easy puzzle. Now from here, it's pretty much just escape the caves. And here we're going to take out the gun hand because it is going to be very important for this next part. Now the gun hand is going to be able to blast flares, and we have to use them to get rid of those little guys. The little guys are just crawling all the way through, and they can actually kill you if they get close enough. So we have to make sure we blast them before they're able to do so. And thankfully, I know exactly where we need to go for this path, just like usual. But when you don't know where to go, this place is terrifying. There's so many different people just trying to attack you. And yeah, there's so much that can go wrong. We just got to keep our wits about us, head down here, then head over to the right, which is going to give us a slide. It's actually pretty fun going through all these slides. Then we'll make our way just kind of crouch through these guys until we see this button. And what we're going to do is actually skip the button puzzle by just jumping straight over there and making our way right to the door, which is kind of hilarious. Gotta love physics in games. But there we go. We're now able to make it to the bottom of the stairs, and we don't have to worry about the little guys anymore, at least for now. But we're going to make it over into this pool area and kind of just walk our way through. Also, I need to make sure that I have the purple hand out, and once we make it far enough, we see our boy Dog Day. Yeah, he's not doing the best, and he's going to lord on us. But after a while, telling us a bunch of lore, all of these little guys go inside of him, which just sounds painful. So yeah, he's going to be chasing after us now. Yeah, I would not want to be the player at this point. And what we're going to do here is basically just take the correct path. This is another section where everything can go wrong if you take a single wrong turn. Like right there, it kind of tricks you and thinks you're supposed to go forward when you're supposed to go over to the left. And there are so many of these little guys that are going to be in this tunnel. So if you take the wrong direction, they can attack you. And yeah, we just want to make sure that doesn't happen. Thankfully, I know exactly where to go. We take that path. Then we just continue on our way straight. We get 3 different slides we can take. We're going to go into one to the left just because it's closer to where we need to go. And finally, we're going to go through this room. We really had no problems at all with Dog Day. So hopefully he's doing okay. You know, maybe he's not dead. Yeah, I don't think he's alive. That's another part done. We're going to go through this slide. And yeah, we're making pretty good progress. We're now in this section where Ali yet again is talking to us, being kind of a weird guy. But it's same old, where we're going to grab a key from this place and we're going to take the key over to this museum-like building. At least it reminds me of a museum. I'm not exactly sure if that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, next section, right away, we want to go over to the office. There's going to be this battery that's hiding right there. That's going to open up one door. Then we're going to want to take it back so we can go ahead, put in that one. That's going to open up another door. And we basically just have to walk through a lot
I
of
didn't touch it!
we do have to grab another one of these
At this point, I'm not even doing the hatch.
same old, just press it somewhere. There's going to be help on the wall, which is kind of terrifying. But whatever, I'm not really worrying about it. We're going up because the solution is literally always go up. It's going to give us this little section where we have to jump across there with our purple hand, and we're back in the
I'm not
this one is
touching.
just another quick little puzzle. What we're going to want to do is get some electricity, then pull ourselves up. Then we can go around that pole and press that, which is going to allow us to do a super jump. And that's going to put us in this section where we're going to want to get some more electricity, boost our way over to this place, and go back up again. Then we're able to grab this pull again, and that's going to open up the path for us so we can just walk our way through and we miss a jump. Yeah, oops, that was kind of embarrassing, but it only lost like 5 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Pretty easy puzzle. Now we can make our way back to the office, which in this place, there is so many of these cubicles and stuff, but what we're going to want to do is head to the head of Playfair, where there's going to be an event. We can open that, which is going to give us a key, and that's going to open up another door for us. And we're pretty much just making our way deeper and deeper into here until, who would have guessed it, another place where we climb up. Yeah, this game just loves me so much. I know I've said it multiple times, but I mean, is it not true? And this is a pretty long section where we're just slowly crawling through the vents. Eventually, though, we see this room where we have to use our gas mask again because there is all the red mist. Now we have to open each one of these doors and also open some panels. And after doing that, we have to get a battery, which we can see there's a battery all the way over there, so we can grab that really quick before switching over to our green hand. And we're going to want to use this electricity on each of these rooms. And doing this is going to open up a new path. That gives us a new door. And it's time for our last really major puzzle of the game. Well, what we're going to want to do here is, first of all, we have to move this thing over to the other one. And then we're going to turn that thing on. And eventually the end result is it allows us to jump up here using our purple hand. It's kind of weird physics going through here, but after that, we can press down that, which is going to open up a gate. And now we have to get this battery. Now, the
A sweetheart's rope, so sweet, you'll pucker. Sweethearts, they're the goodbye.
The best part of being in a tube behind a boat is when you're no longer in a tube behind the boat. Celebrate the 4th at Academy with up to 50% off swimwear and shoes.
There is so much to explore, and the skin is 30% thinner than mature skin. Being a baby is hard work, and skin irritation should never interfere. It's why Aveeno Baby is designed to soothe and moisturize as they grow. Aveeno Baby, pediatrician recommended.
battery isn't just open. What we have to do is actually crash it against the floor so it's able to open up. Now we can use this one first to open up that thing, and we can get another one of these batteries, which this one very much feels like being a little stuck. But since we opened up the gate by the elevator, now we don't have to take that jumping pad anymore. And what we can do is move the lights over. I'll make sure to grab the second battery and grab this one that we still have to smash on the ground before pressing that, which is going to move up the elevator so we can just slowly go up with my batteries. We're going to place one of the batteries straight in here, and for the second one, we have to smash it on the ground, just like the first one, before doing the same thing with the elevator and placing our second battery in this place. But we're not done just yet. We do have to move these lights over one more time, and then we're going to go into this one and move it over towards the light, turn that on, and with all of those things done, it's going to be able to open up this door, and we can go to the next section, which, hooray, it's more vents. This game really likes vents. And it's also going to be a vent with red mist in it, so of course we have to put on our gas mask. And after a while, we're able to make it out of here, but we have to keep our gas mask on, and I am going to give you a tiny bit of a jump scare warning. It's at least kind of a jump scare because Catnap comes at us, puts us in here, and yeah, now we're going to pass out, which this is going to be another long lore section. It shows us going to the factory, things like the start of the first chapter, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're just going to skip through. All right, so finally, after way too many cutscenes, we're going to get a phone call and also wake up. And here is for the very first and only time we actually hear Catnap's voice, and he does not want us to be here. He knows that we're going to kill him, and yeah, there's nothing he can do to stop us. And once we make it outside, the whole place, yet again, is going to be completely dark, and we're going to have to get a couple of these things and connect them to the middle building. So we'll connect this first one straight over to this thing, which, how did that not just work? I've never had that happen to me. But then we're also going to head over to this section where we saw Poppy and Kids Nessie, and there's going to be another one of these plugs, and same thing, we're going to place it right in there, which is going to
Great.
a gigantic battery, which somehow just shows up there. They didn't even make an animation, but you know, here's what it is. And now we have to head to the door by the cable car, which we were at like 30 minutes ago. Now you already know before this final boss fight, I gotta go and see my boy Meow 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 Buzz Buzz. But yeah, there is no power going on currently because we have to bring over this battery. But as soon as we make our way over there, Catnap is going to come and he's going to use his red mist. Now we no longer actually have our gas mask since he broke it, so we're going to have to run from him and actually make our way over here, which Catnap looks terrifying. Yeah, I might see this guy in my nightmares, but it doesn't matter how terrifying he looks because we got to kill him. Now, first of all, what we're going to have to do is use this collection of multiple batteries, and we basically have to set up for the boss fight. So we just have to play around here until the boss fight actually starts. But how this works is there are 5 main batteries. One we always want to keep on the green light, and other ones that are going to be just all around. And like for this one, we can actually put smoke, and that's going to stop Catnap from moving if he's in that section. Just keep using the mist, seeing that we know where all the different places are. And finally, it's going to give us a chance to put our first battery in there, and it's time for the boss fight. So what we can do is actually use our gun hand, and anytime we see Catnap, we're going to shoot at, because some of these Catnaps are not actually going to be real, they're just smoke. But like that one, he didn't go away when we shot at him, so we know we actually have to deal with him. What I'm going to do here is use my green hand, get some electricity, and I am missing multiple times. That was almost way too close, but that's going to make him go away. And I'm just looking around, making sure that he does not catch me by surprise. We can get rid of his different mist forms. And yeah, this guy just really likes being annoying. Also, anytime that we have to enter a new battery in there, we're going to have to do that so we can keep the time going. I'm not sure why you can't just put them all in at the beginning. That would be much better, but I guess the game doesn't want to do that. But there we go up another Catnap. We can see that that one's going to be a miss guy. And yeah, he just feels like he is all around me. Like here, we can see that that guy didn't get hit in the miss. So what we're going to have to do is place this battery. Sometimes the battery just doesn't work, but we can get rid of them. It makes it easy. And finally, we get what we did, because here Catnap is going to come through the ceiling. What you can do is a little bit of cheese. Instead of continuing this boss fight, all we have to do is continuously press down this door, but not put it down the whole way. This way, you always know that Catnap is right there, and he's never going to attack us. Yeah, it's actually kind of hilarious that this works. He just tears his way through. He has no idea what we're doing, and I don't really care. The only kind of hard part is putting the new batteries in, just making sure he won't attack us at that time. Well, other than that, we're just going to keep repeating this. But finally, after doing this for a while, you can see that it
When is
charged up
the egg
more.
coming?
Then we could use our hand to blast it at Catnap. Then he tried to use the smoke, but
When
that's
is the
actually
egg coming?
is now all the smoke.
Been just doing
It's
this all
not
being
good. Then the
silent.
prototype is gonna come down, and it's like, hey, Catnap, it's time for you to die. And Catnap just kind of lets it happen. That's unfortunate, but that's gonna be our boss fight. Pretty easy. Now all we have to do is finish out the run, but we are gonna be missing our electricity hand, so that's kind of sad. Doesn't matter that much though, because now we can take this gigantic blue battery, place it right there, as well as press this button, which is gonna give power to the main machine. And after a bit of waiting, power is finally gonna turn on to the whole facility, and it's time for another Lord Up. Yeah, Poppy, I just don't care. Basically, what she shows us is what happened when we were gone and how all the toys went crazy. Then after a bit, Kissy Missy is going to come by and allow Poppy and me to go downward while Kissy stays on top. And unfortunately, while we're going down, Kissy Missy gets attacked, and we're pretty sure she dies. So yeah, that's pretty sad. But we're gonna end off time as soon as the credits roll, and there we go, 52:25. So finally, we're finishing out with chapter 4. Now our speedrun starts with Poppy complaining and telling us that we need to go ahead without her while she goes back for Kissy Missy. So we're gonna do just that. We're not gonna do her at all, and jump all the way down here, then line ourselves up perfectly so we can grab this battery. All we gotta do is make a single jump. And yeah, Poppy's still going to be talking, thinking we're there with her. We're not at all. And that saves us a good amount of time. Now, from here, we pretty much just have to go through this cave system. We'll see some smiling critters on the ground, things like that. But we're not too worried about them just yet. I will put this box out of the way. And then we use our first trick. Where if we crouch into one of those sections, while to the side, we can actually stand up instead of crouching the whole time, allowing us to sprint and go a lot faster. We're going to be using that a lot in vents, so you'll see it pretty often. Then we can also go through this gap. We'll just squeeze through. There's no way to speed that up. And then we can take out our gun hand to get rid of that rope and go into this graveyard room where there's just all of these smiling critters all around. And yeah, I do not want to be here for too long, but we do got to make our way through. We're just going to do some general walking. Until then, we can also jump on top of all of these guys. There also will be this alert where a bunch of these critters are going to start coming towards us. So what we're going to do is come over to this panel and start jumping. And we're just hoping that we get the perfect jump to get boosted up by the critters. And yeah, we can just go through there way faster than you're supposed to be able to. That saves us a good amount of time, and we can just continue on our way instead of doing one of the sections where you just have to survive for a while. So now we're in this train area where Ollie's going to pause. We're not going to listen to him for too long. I'm just going to jump on this. We can grab this key. After that, we want to go into this building. Meanwhile, Ollie just saying something. I don't even know. Also, that door is very weird. I don't know why that closed there, but that doesn't really matter. We can now go ahead and take this electricity to go around those two poles. connect it to that, and now the train should be good to go. All we have to do from here is then open that up and chill here for a while until Ollie's done talking. Eventually, then the doctor will show up on the TV and basically says that he can't wait to start playing with us. And then he decides to crash the train. I feel like it's happened way too often. Which then a bit later we're gonna wake up and continue on our way where we're gonna try to escape this prison. So first of all, I can start bringing myself up there. You saw a dead body. I don't even want to know what that was. But we're gonna try to do the trick on this vent. This one's kind of annoying. And yeah, it didn't feel like working this time. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Instead, we'll just go over here and we can use our blue hand to hit that button. Then we want to head back over to here, also take out our gun hand because there are going to be all the smiling critters around that we have to deal with. And we can use our gun hand to get rid of them. We can open these doors, see a couple of those guys, use one of our flares, move them out of the way, then use our blue hand to hit that thing while we then switch our hand over to our purple one so we can start getting rid of these boards. Now we only have to get rid of the top one and the one to the right before we can crouch down there and go through this door that we just opened up before we have another one of our tricks. Now what I like doing here is closing this door, and we're going to wait for it to completely close before we then open it with our hand. And what we're doing is causing this door to not be able to close automatically while we have our hand on the red hand. This allows us to skip another one of those survive sections. And that survive section takes like over a minute, so it's a really good time save. And yeah, I really enjoy it. After that, all we have to do is come up here and we have to hit one of these codes. This one I actually messed up. Okay, not the biggest deal. It's 3255. Then we can hit that button and we're good to go. Eventually, that door is then going to open up and we can escape this first section of the prison, leading us over to this room where we have to get rid of all these bars. Just got to move a few of those before we can head through. We can use our hand on that. And Ollie's going to try to call us again, but there's going to be a ton of static. Like usual, I do not care what Ollie has to say at all. And we have to wait at this door. But eventually, we can start opening up this really glitchy door. It's kind of a weird one. And see all these dead bodies just chilling on the floor. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And we're going to skip a section where we have to crawl through them. And instead, we can just jump up there and grab the key card. After that, we're going to be heading back to this main console. We can put the key card in there and use our hand to use that again. That's going to open up another one of these doors, and we'll just be heading through until we're now in another section of the prison. So from here, what I'm going to do is just use our trick to go through that a little bit faster. Then we can try to grab these bars and just pull them. Meanwhile, the doctor is saying don't fight it because use all this red gas and try to knock us out. So we do have to be kind of fast in this section, and thankfully I know exactly where to go. I also want to back up and crouch through that because the crouch is faster than the different animation that section makes you do. So we can save a little time just by doing that. On the way back, we're going to do the exact same thing. And you'll see we also have this valve. So we can take that over with us, use our hand, and then start moving it so we can get rid of all the red gas and also use our red hand to stand that and allow us to go through the store. And we did that incredibly fast. We don't have to worry about pathing out at all. So we can go through that door and another one of these codes. Of course, we remember what it is. It's going to be 3642. And then we can hit the red button like usual. Now we just have to wait out this window for a little bit of time because there's going to be a huge gas buildup in this room. That's going to break that window and we can go through using our purple hand to jump up through these things. Eventually we'll make it over to one of these vents where we want to use this trick, and you can see we're just going by so much faster than we would if we had to crouch through this entire thing. So it's always a good trick to use. And now we want to switch to our blue and red hands and we can actually hit their buttons through the walls, which is hilarious. Gotta love Poppy Playtime and your ability to do things like that. So anyways, we're now in this section where we just have to wait for a second. Then eventually this door is going to open up and we're going to want to come over here where we just have to chill for a bit. The doctor's just going to talk to us for a very long time. I don't really care what he has to say. And eventually he also opens up this door and shows us the adorable Yardaby. Gotta love this guy. And after looking at him for just a little bit, we can then open up this thing, use this battery on this blue one, so then we can go through this door. Now we just have to head through this section with
Now we have to
Yardaby
escape
moving his way through
backgrounds.
before we also see Joey's hand come over there and he's gonna unlock this door for us. And yeah, Joey is basically the guy who's gonna be helping us throughout this
Find
chapter
the
or at least
green
certain
button.
parts. Then what we want to do is come into this room. We're gonna use a couple flares to get that stuff that's flammable to get destroyed. And then Yardaby's gonna come and he's gonna see the flammable stuff. So we just have to wait, make sure that he does not hear us. Joey's gonna say psst, so Yardaby's gonna get attracted to that, and then we can go up this vent where we want to try to use this trick again. Unfortunately,
Alright.
it didn't work, but it's not
Why
the
am I
biggest
stuck
deal,
in the
especially because this
backgrounds
is
right
not a long
now?
vent. We can use it there
I
and
was
start moving
looking for
forward.
an egg.
Now we have to be
I wasn't
moving
looking for
faster
the
than
back
that in
rooms.
Extra Yarnaby. Otherwise, we would have had to wait a second. So that was a nice time save. And then we can come back through here, see Yarnaby. She's just going to go running through. And we're not really worrying too much about it. We'll try to do this trick again, get a nice little time save with that, and come through here where we see a lot of Joey's body just all around. Doesn't really matter for us though, because then Yarnaby's going to come over and start basically threatening us. Now, I don't know why we're not just running away. That seems like the very clear thing you would want to do, but we wait until Yarnaby gets very close to us before we do it. We're going to go into this vent. Again, I didn't get the trick, which is kind of unlucky, but it's just a general vent section until we make it over here, and now we're away from Yarnaby.
Bet
So
you it's
the point where we
literally
finally
only
see
over
the
here. It's like
Ephesaurus. But
ignore.
unfortunately, we're not really going to see him. Instead, we're going to aim our hand very precisely about right there, so we can pull ourselves over there.
Oh,
And yeah, we get rid of Pianosaurus's screen time. He goes from like 15 seconds of screen time to 0, so unlucky for him. But hey, I'll put him up on the screen. Isn't he adorable? Anyway, we're just gonna walk through here while Doe's trying to talk to us. Not really sure what he's yapping about, but I don't really care. And then we'll make it over here where he shows us his hat and then goes through this thing. He is one weird guy, that's all I can say. Hey, I do love Doey. What a great character. And I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen with him at all. Anyways, he's going to create some platforms for us so we can just move through this section, which is very nice of him. And this is pretty much just a running section. We just have to take the intended path. Eventually, we'll make it over here where this is our next puzzle section. We have to take a couple of these things and hold them to this door. That way we can actually open it because it is very reinforced. Now, I'm not sure why Doey can't just break it because he did completely destroy Pianosaurus. So you would think he's strong enough, but I guess we got to do the work. Now, there's going to be another one of these codes. This time it is going to be 3021, and that's going to give us one of these wrenches. Before then coming back down here, we can put the wrench in there, or I guess it's a lever, not a wrench. But hey, when have I ever said names right? Anyways, we're going to put those on that other door. Going
you're
to
right.
throw us down this lever. We can put that on that last one, and we just want to start pulling these things down. We just have to pull down all 5. That way we get them all pulling on the door, opening it up enough for us to make it through. Also, Joey's just chilling there, watching us. Yeah, definitely not an evil guy at all. That's all you got to worry about. And we have to catch up with Joey. That's our new objective. Pretty easy stuff. There is also this section where we got to get rid of these boards. And you already know it's another one of these where I'm trying to get this crouch. Please, game. Okay, there we go. Saves a little bit of time, just like usual. Then we want to do another crouch. We see Doey just waving to us. What an adorable guy. And we also want to do the backup crouch thing in this section too to make us go a bit faster. Then we'll just wait here until Doey finally gives us this battery. Hurry up, Doey. I'm not going to lie. And game, please, how did my hand just go through that? Before we have to find a couple of wheels. Now we know exactly where those are going to be. The first one is going to be there. It's a very small one. Then we'll also find another small one, which this game does not want to grab things from me right now. But we can bring that over to the main generator where suddenly things are going to get extremely bright. I'm not really sure why that happens, but whatever. And now we've opened up that door. Doey tells us it's a straight shot from here, so I'm going to trust him. And we just have to walk through this thing. We have to set up another section where we have to pull this thing up. So we're going to place that hook there. We're going to head over here and get this lever. There's going to be a smiling critter. I'm not really worried about him. And we'll pull that thing up before a little bit of a jump scare, kind of, where Kissy Missy is going to pull us through. And we see Kissy and Poppy. We'll also get a tiny look at the prototype just hunting for us, so that's kind of interesting. And our goal is going to be trying to make it over to the safe haven. Unfortunately, though, Kissy Missy is not the fastest with all of her injuries, so while we're waiting for her, might as well take out some of these guys. I don't know, they're just kind of looking at me funny. And then Kissy and Poppy will slowly move forward. We'll get in this area, and now we're in safe haven. So pretty cool. Now, during this section, Poppy basically says, hey, we need to blow up this place. And we also get to talk to Doey, where he tells us that we need to get something called the Omni Hand so we can fix his generator. Anyways, it's just a bunch of talking. And finally, after that, we then have our next objective, which is to find and defeat the doctor. So we're going to be walking through, getting into this section, which this is the weirdest section. Why does it become so green here? Anyways, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And yeah, we're just walking through a path that we will be back through multiple times. Poppy and Doey are having a conversation. Basically, Doey isn't sure if the best idea is to blow up this place, but Poppy's like, hey, it's the only way to defeat the prototype. Doey does agree we should get the Omni Hand, which Poppy also wants, but he's just not sure if he fully agrees with Poppy's plan. Sure, that won't come in important later. Then we can be heading through this thing where, of course, Ollie's going to try to call us again. I do not know why he spammed my number so much, especially because he's always full of static. But what we want to do here to speed this up is hit our hand and be able to hit that pole. So we move over to the left. It's kind of hard to get this to work sometimes, but there we go. That is the power we needed. That basically skips a puzzle, and even the room wasn't able to render in fast enough, which is kind of funny. So we can continue walking on our way using this thing to swing until we see this area where we have to use our two hands and then kind of just leave. And that's because Yarnaby is going to be in that door and just threatening us. And we already know Yarnaby is going to be there, so why wait for him? Instead, we'll just come to the door that we have to get to later. Eventually, that's going to open up for us, and we can slide down this area. Meanwhile, hearing Yarnaby all over the place, and now we're in no man's land, where what we want to do is pull that switch first, so that gets energy. Then we can press the button, use our hand to go over there, put that key card in, press the button again, which opens up this area, and go through here with the rocks. And now it is time for one of the hardest tricks in this game. Well, what we want to do is use our hand through this bar to hit that blue button. Now, this is incredibly precise, and what I like to try to do is try to aim towards the bottom of the button, but it just has to be perfect timing and perfect everything. You see, that honestly should have worked there, but I think I was a tiny bit too low, so we just need to keep our focus up, try to aim towards the bottom, and there we go, we got the hit. Then we can also use our other hand on the red button, and what that's going to do is open up the door before those buttons, so now we can just go through this without having to do the Yarnaby chase sequence at all. It's honestly a really cool trick and saves us so much time. So then we can use our hands on those buttons. But after a while, of course, Yarnaby is right behind us. So that's kind of terrifying. And now it's going to start our last chase sequence, where our only objective is to run. Unfortunately for Yarnaby, he's kind of slow, so there's no chance he's going to catch us. And we're just going to be running through this entire section until then we can swing across this thing and use our blue hand to start opening up this door. Yarnaby
Febreze. Love your plugins but wish you had more scent controls? Meet the Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Enjoy the same 50 days of continuous scents for Febreze Plug, including a cord for flexible placement options and a boost button for extra scent. Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Biosolier from Verizon can save over 40% on the movies and shows you already love, like Netflix and Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Save on them all. With Verizon, you get more of what you love for less. Switch to Penny Biosol Internet Plan and save over 40% on your favorite entertainment. Plans start at just $35 a month with no hidden fees or equipment charges. Only on Verizon.
Welcome to Belfort, a play with a killer path. In 1997, a fisherman terrorized a group of teens with this horrific hook. I know.
It's 1997 all over again. Wait,
This is worse.
last summer exclusively theaters for $18
he's then going to start getting hit by that and going on fire. Meanwhile, someone in my Twitch chat said that I should pet him, so of course we will pet him a couple of times. See you later, Yarnaby. I'm sure he's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. But after a while, this door is going to open up, and we can go through this thing, which I guess is like an elevator or something. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's going to put us in a new area, and we're good to go. That's first boss done out of the 3 we need to defeat. But now it's time to see our boy Doey, which Doey is going to get attacked by this ice stuff. Very unlucky for him. But then we can turn this valve to stop that ice and cause Doey to go back to his normal form. That looks like it hurts a lot. I'm sorry, Doey. I feel bad for you, but I got to continue on my way. You really have to feel bad for Doey about this game. I mean, he's just trying his best. There's so much stuff going on. Anyways, what we're going to do is bring over this cube, and we can also bring this big cube. That way we can make it up there a little bit faster. We'll see some more of this ice area. Thankfully, all we have to do is go to the left. It's not a problem at all. Then we want to move across this section, do a super jump with our purple hand, just dodge all of the ice stuff until we can grab that key card that's going to be in there, use our hand to move away the ice stuff, and open this door. After that, we can just continue walking through pretty much just a straight path until we make it to this section, and we want to use our blue hand on that, but then it's actually going to get frozen. So what we have to do is rescue our hand. We'll take this battery over here so we can get this saw. Then we want to pull this saw over. That way we can get another blue hand. Then we want to bring this over to the left. There's going to be this place where we can just use that to stand for us. And then we can pull that as well. This is going to be this plug, which all we have to do is place that in there. And that's going to open up a door for us for some reason.
When am I gonna beat
He's
this?
talking to us this entire time. He should know I'm not listening at all. I'm literally talking over him like I do not care. But we're gonna see this very interesting room. But we have another code. This one is gonna be 198. And that's going to open up this door. So another puzzle we skip. All you got to do is know the code before it even lets you know it. And then we can plug in that as well. And just kind of wait here for a second until this door opens. And I'll give you another jump scare warning when this guy comes up and tries to attack us. Yeah, not sure what that jump scare was about. I wasn't even doing anything to you, man. But now we want to move this cube over. We can use that to jump up here. We can run and use our purple hand on a couple of these before grabbing this, doing a swing, and making our way to this section. And we are almost on to the Dr. Boss fight. There's only a bit more to go. But what we do here is use our hand, and now our purple hand is unable to be used and unable to be switched. So we only have our left blue hand. Well, that's not too much of a problem because what we did right there is just completely skip this area. Normally, you would have to do this kind of boss fight, but more like a mini boss, where we would have to escape an enemy while trying to put in a bunch of different plugs. But we were just able to skip that by going through the stuff. I gotta love how broken Poppy Playtime is. And after that, we can then use our blue hand to go through this door and make our way to this huge section where there's a ton of fog. And yeah, our screen is red. And time for a very long elevator ride. And after that elevator ride, we can then confront the doctor. But as soon as we make it in here, a robot grabs us, pushes us down, and then we collapse into here. Now we're in this very dark area where normally this would be the boss fight area. But we can do a very cool trick to pretty much skip the entire thing. What we want to do is jump through here. Now we're on top of this thing. Then we want to press E to reset our jumping ability. We can jump up to this place, grab that battery. Then we want to position it very specifically, go right there. Now we can jump on top of this stuff, which
Can I click the moves list? I
we
want to
just
see if I
make
can
it
click
really
the
cool
move
robots.
list.
And yeah, we just skipped the entire basement section. It's actually hilarious. So yeah, that's the entire boss fight you have to do. We can then kill the doctor. Easiest job of my life. And the doctor's gonna be screaming. He's gonna be sending out his robots to try to attack us, but they have no chance in doing anything. And yeah, let's give this guy some high vibes. Now after the doctor finally dies, we can actually go through this area where we're gonna want to put in this key card, and we can create the Omni hand. We're gonna put our red hand in that place, and then it's gonna do some stuff, and eventually give us a hand on the other side, which is
Ask.
the Omni hand, and we can use it to go through a lot of different areas.
Oh.
Also, it looks exactly like Iron Man's hand. Yeah, not sure if that's what they were going for, but it definitely is what happened. So it's time to make our way back to our allies. And also, quick shout out to Leela Man LA. I use their speedruns to learn how to do this speedrun, and also just shout out to the Poppy Playtime speedrunning community as a whole. The stuff they are doing for this game is insane. I'm doing the inbounds category, but the out of bounds category, it realistically might get below 30 minutes soon. I really recommend checking it out. But anyways, after a while of walking through, we make it back to Safe Haven, where we're going to want to do this trick to go through these vents a bit faster, just doing our crouches, and finally, we'll see Poppy. Now, Poppy talks for a very long time, but eventually, then we get to see both Joey and Poppy. Joey's like, hey, we should not blow up this place. Poppy's like, hey, we definitely should. And then Ollie calls and tells us that the prototype is outside. So Joey has to go and deal with the prototype while we have to repair this generator. Now, this is absolutely the easiest puzzle in the entire game. Like, I'm not sure why they tried to make it out to be something hard. All we have to do is follow a couple of directions, put things in the right slots, scan our hand a couple of times, and yeah, that's the entire generator repaired. So Poppy is proud of us while Joey is gone. So while Joey is gone, Poppy's like, hey, you might as well go plant some explosives. Let's blow up the entire place, and we're going to go do just that. Not sure why we don't talk to Joey once more and actually have that conversation. I feel like that was very important. But hey, I'm sure it's going to be fine. We'll eventually make our way back over to this room. And for some reason, a bunch of these gears are out of place. Not sure who did that, but I'm also not too worried because it's very easy to fix. All we have to do is grab a couple of these and just put them in the correct spots to be able to open this door up. Now, once in this room, we'll actually take the right path over towards this section, and we will have one of the funniest skips in this entire speedrun. I love this skip because what we're going to do is grab our first explosive. And you're supposed to gather 4 explosives and plant them all. Also, I have to make this jump if the game wants me to. There we go. And then we'll grab this key card. But we're not going to grab any of the explosives other than the first one, because what we can do is put this key card in this door, and then there's going to be a gear in this locker. So what I want to do is find the correct spot that we have to touch this locker. My guy just really loves this locker very much. Just loves touching it. But finally, we got the spot to get that gear. And we can skip the entire planting the explosives time, which is hilarious. So after that, we're going to escape the foundation without doing our job at all. Poppy's probably not going to be too pleased with us, but I just didn't want to plant them. What can I say? And we'll head over here, where while we're waiting, there's going to be a bunch of nightmare critters coming towards us. Well, we can use our flare gun to get rid of them. Not really any danger at all, if I'm going to be completely honest, but then they pop up and got all of those guys. And after that, everything is much brighter. for some reason. Before it goes dark again, I really don't know what's going on with the lights in this game. After a
Alright,
bit,
so
Joey is going to
green,
grab us and be like, hey, we
red,
can't find the prototype. And while he's
blue,
talking to us, we see a bunch of
red.
explosions that are happening at Safe Haven. So that's kind of unlucky. Honestly, might be my fault for never planting any of those explosives. Yeah, probably should have actually did that. But you know what? We're
Avocado.
not going to worry about it. I'm sure everybody in Safe Haven is fine. So we're just going to be walking back. This time, the walk back creepier. It gets dark there for some reason. And then we also see this guy who tried to attack us. We've never seen anyone like that in that hallway before. But we got this very gross tunnel. We're just going to be walking through there before everything is dark. And there's a lot of dead bodies. Before finally we see Joey and he's saying, I'm sorry I failed you. But after a while, Joey's going to get mad at us and Poppy for basically destroying his safe haven. And before long, he's going to transform into this thing. So that's absolutely terrifying. Look, Joey, it's gonna be okay. Okay, it's probably not gonna be okay. So yeah, the first part of this last boss fight of the chapter is just gonna be to run away. We can go over here. Joey's gonna follow after us. Not sure why this elevator took so long to go through. But we can hit a couple of flares on his fingers. Not sure if this actually does anything, but I do it anyways. And we just have to keep running away from Joey because he is very much going to be trying to catch us. Now we want to grab onto this thing. It's very easy to fall into the void in this section if you're not careful, by the way. It's kind of funny, but we'll just keep running through. We'll see some of these critters. They're going to keep dying. Joey literally does not care at all anymore, but we want to continue going on our way. Joey is still completely chasing after us. It's kind of terrifying. We have to go through this tunnel. Unfortunately, we are not hurrying up at all. I feel like we should go just a tiny bit faster. So Joey is able to grab onto our leg. But thankfully, a rock conveniently goes down and we made it away from him. Guess we can now just slide down this area and use our Omni hand on that button before then pulling down that lever. That's going to open up this door for us. And I mean, this is a pretty nice spot. Not sure why we're just looking around. But then, of course, Joey is not dead yet because he's going to start chasing after us. And we have the true boss fight, which this is actually a really fun boss fight. Probably one of my favorites in the Poppy Playtime series. So what we have to do is use those ice crystals to get them to go into Joey's body. Then we can shoot them and use these saws to saw Doe's body and get it some damage. So yeah, it is actually a very cool boss fight. We'll set the second one up right here, just moving down that ice container, and then Doe's going to jump to the middle. Doe will then start using an attack where he just tries spitting up into the air. Not really sure what that's about, but eventually then he'll start jumping over towards the middle, and we already have this set up with the ice container. So it's going to go into Doe's body. We can shoot that, and then use our second saw.
How
We're doing
long
a pretty
is
good job.
Trollobby?
We're like
100
sometimes
stages?
Joey will jump back into the middle, and sometimes he'll keep chasing after us. So we're hoping that he keeps chasing after us. We just have to keep watching him, and we got the good luck, so that's going to save us a good amount of time. After that, we can then run through here. There's going to be the ice thing in his body, and that's going to be perfect. All we have to do is pull down that saw, and that's the boss fight done. At least we think it is. Because at this point, now we have to walk back all the way to the top of the area. And then, as soon as we make it into this room, we're going to use our hands. A little bit of a jump scare warning where Joey comes over at us and is very angry at us. But thankfully for us, he destroys that thing. Then we can take out our gun hand, shoot that, and then that's going to use all of this ice ability, get him down on the ground. And all we have to do is pull this down. I kind of messed it up for a second there. But yeah, Joey is in a lot of pain. You really do feel bad for Joey. And yeah, sorry about this, Joey. And we're going to continue moving forward without a second thought. We'll use our hands on this thing before Joey immediately interrupted us like we were trying to in the past. And then we can go ahead and use our blue hand to open up this. And all it's trying to tell us to do is search for survivors. So all that's left at this point is to go through here, move over a couple of these boxes, and go down this thing, which is kind of just a slide. It's kind of fun when you really think about it. And we will see that Poppy and Pitsy Missy are conveniently over here. Now, Poppy's going to blame us for not planting the explosives, and honestly fair, I did not at all. We're going to learn the entire time that Ollie was the prototype, and then Poppy's going to run away because the prototype tells her that he's going to put her back in a box. So sadly, she does leave us and Pissy Missy, and then some explosives are going to happen beneath us. So Pissy Missy is going to try to save us, but unfortunately, her arm is going to fall off, and we're going to fall with it. So see you later. Which means that all that is left is for us to get very injured. I am not sure how we survive these falls, and we're just going to keep moving forward. Eventually, we'll
Cling
see
to
this
your
area
name
has
and
a
it's
bunch of
Gravity
flowers,
Falls.
and then we'll use our red hand to open up this door before getting into this
Dimension
office, grabbing the
3
CHS, and
dimensions.
putting it in there,
One
which that's where we're going
dimension.
to call time 55:11. Also, the chapter is going to end with Huggy Wuggy coming back and us fainting. So yeah, that's where we're going to come next chapter. And subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye. Yes, here I come. Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. This year we're fixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more. All for $6 and under. Gotta have a Wawa.
Want to take the next step with Entivio? Then it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs.
Right. Wait, what? Where is it? Hmm. I'm looking for the egg. I'm not getting an egg. I kind of forgot what this is supposed to be, but let's go.
We're speedrunning the genocide route in Undertale, and we'll start our speedrun as soon as we confirm our name.
Alright, let's go.
Come on. Casey's out. I wish the company would answer the phone this late.
Wish granted. Bradley Mechanicals now open till midnight, Monday through Friday, with all your HVAC and plumbing needs.
Midnight? Wow. What if I need help on the weekend?
Wish granted. We offer 24/7 on call emergency services.
Wish I had known this sooner.
I'm still working on time travel.
She's overdosing.
Carrying the naloxone can save a life.
This is how a nerdy kid builds a house, and this is how a brain rot kid builds his house. I'm testing out Minecraft and played by different kids, starting with exploring a village. Oh, this is gonna be good. And first up, we have the cool kid. I got that infinite rinse. Oh yeah, bro. My approach. Get it done. Who wants to go? I'll dap you up, dap you guys up. Yeah, that's right. They love me. It's like to be the cool kid. Okay, it's actually sick. Let's go ahead and compare it to the neighbor's kid. I don't even know what that means. Okay, where did everybody go? The village is closed. It's closed. What? Not weird. I'm just the neighbor's kid. Oh, what is wrong with you? Why'd you abandon me? Just because I'm the neighbor's kid doesn't mean I ate brains and soap. Although the neighbor's kid usually is pretty weird. Next up, we have getting food. And let's first choose the picky eater. Okay, I'm not normally a picky eater, but today I guess I am. And I'm really hungry. I want some food. Mom, give me some food. I prepared a meal for you, local boy. You call this food? This is trash. Bacon, too meaty. Salmon, too fishy. Ooh, we got a popsicle though. Ice cream for dinner. Yummy yum. Alright, let's go check out the next one, which is the bully. Wait, we have to bully lunch money out of someone? Yes! Okay, I mean, no, that's a bad thing. Let's go ahead and do it though. For science! Wait, what? Why is there a bully? Hey, give me your food. No. Whoa, chill, bro. Why you just punch me? My clothes! Wait, no, don't give me again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a popsicle. Why am I the bully? Why is he bullying me? What is this stuff, man? That's what I get for being a picky eater. Well, I guess next we can look at raising pets. The animal lover. Well, I'm an animal loving kid. As a child, I did love them, guys. Comment down below. How many pets do you have at home? Because I'm sure we have the amount. Dude, I think we need more. And they're giving me since they're sharing. Guys, I think we need another doctor. Free. Let's do anything for my pet. Anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. Eat my nuts, boys. Eat up. I will sacrifice myself for you. Not animals. Eat, grow big and strong. All right, let's take a look at how the science kid would treat his animals. And go. This is my science experiment backyard. Commencing science experiment. Donate wolves for science. Don't mind my other utensil. Actually, hello, Mr. Dog. You're gonna be my next test subject. All right, we placed our dog here, and now we can launch him. Oh, science! Are we doing 1 power, 10 power, 4 million power? 1 million it is. Take it away, Warden. Send this fool to space. Oh, yeah! Let's see how different kids trade emeralds. First, we have the class clown. Perfect. I actually was the class clown. Alright, let's see. Yo, your nose so big I need to put my render distance up to be able to see it. Yes. Your behavior is shocking. You know what else is shocking? Your hairline. Where's it all gone? Settle down, bro, and stop acting like that. Oh, you're calling me a clown? The only clown is the one selling dirt. Yes, scam artist, get out of here! He's crying. So how would a teacher's pet train emeralds. I'm not about to act like a teacher's pet. Well, there's a teacher's pet here. Why is he talking to Iron Golem? Dude, why are we at a police station too? What even is this? Why do they want me to? What did you do? Stay away, bro! Why are they following me? Wait, what is he doing? Excuse me! He's killing villages! You people have eyes! Can you see the crime taking place? Police! Hello! Stay back! Step off me! Okay, bro, I can't deal with people in bed, bro. They make me so mad! Water buckets clutch. Oh, I'm so all over this, guys. The superhero kid. Listen, I might have actually been the superhero kid when I was younger, okay? My favorite superhero, be Batman, guys. Comment down below. Who is your favorite superhero? But for today, I man, I'm about to clutch it. Superhero, on my way! Why did my fly powers not activate? Oh, yeah, come on. Actually, a superhero. Next up, we have Daddy's Precious Kid. Pause! Wait, this is so easy. These guys always have it so simple in life. They just call for their daddy. Oh, no, I can't do it. Where, Daddy, the ground's putting me. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll save you. What? Bro, all it takes, I just call on my phone. Okay, bro, pause. Why is it pink? Do you think I'm a girl? Wait, it's filling up with water. Why do daddy's pets have it so easy? Daddy, so easy. Now, Daddy, let's go to Louis Vuitton and Gucci and buy me some handbags. Fighting Mom. Sorry, what are our two options here? We've got the gamer kid, bro. He's just like me, for real. All right, let's get our game face on. Are these the weapons we have to choose from? I'm taking the mace any day, the most OP weapon in Minecraft. Come at me! What? Okay, next year. Wait. What do I even do here? All right, let's hit him with the mace. Whoa.
Give me the egg already and I'll leave.
And artificial flavors, preservatives, and no high fructose corn syrup.
This one's just right too.
So every bite is just right. If you keep feeding her like this, she'll never leave. Nature's own goodness is in our nature.
Done. So John gets
Wait, because I'm a gamer, I get special animation, bro. There's no way. As for truth. I'm a gamer. You can't stop me. What? No. I get go. From actually one punching these guys. This is the power of gaming. Okay, there's more, bro. Spiders, you can't do nothing against me. Bam! This is the power of gaming. All right, let's see what the other side has in store, bro. The anime kid. Okay, guys, comment down below what's your favorite anime. I can't lie, I'm kind of messing with One Piece at the moment. Anime kid. The power of guy. Me on my side. It's time to use my Miku Miku beam. Naruto run style. Yeah, that's right. You can't touch me. I'm gonna use my anime beam on these fools. Okay, ow, wait. I got this. It's time to charge up my final move. Ah, meh, meh. Okay, well, alright, mate, let's check out some fishing with the lunch swapper kid. Bro, I hate this kid. But I guess I am that kid saying, oh boy, what a lovely day. I can't wait to go do some fishing. Nine, four. Okay, no. I'm about to get some fish. Rotten flesh? Okay, this is baloney. Hold on. Let me lock in real quick, chat. Alright. What? Oh, how did you even? I got rotten flesh! The lunch swapper kid is this perfect. Hey, why don't we swap lunches? Yeah. That's a big fish. Big fish. Yes. Scared, I get scared. I'm the lunch swapper. Next up is the loner. About being a loner because I got so many friends. Alright, hey, you doing, Jimmy? Yeah, fishy, get on my bobber. Yeah, that's right. I'll catch you. I'm running away from my bobber. They don't want to get caught. No. Fishy, come here. Seriously, come now. Attacking me. Jimmy, are you seeing this story? Jimmy, I need a hug. Where my hug at? Jimmy? Where my hug at? This guy just running away from me. Okay, fine. He's my friend. Come on. Yeah, you're seeing this, Jimmy. I have a friend. What? Where you got Fishy? Come back, Demon Loader. Sorry. Now we got parkour. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Here's the sports kid. All about to become the craziest sports kid. Yo, why are the lightning bolts? And why am I run looking so fly? Or it's like gym class or something. Okay, how do I even do this? Do I just like jump up? It's all so what? Holy. Okay, I'm good at sport, but like this is on another level. I can literally backflip. I've never backflip in my life. Comment down below if you can backflip. Say yes, I can backflip, and you'll leap of faith. Oh, that was actually insane looking. Okay, now it's time. We're gonna do the wall jumping. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, might have messed up a little bit, but that's totally fine. Okay, wait. Let's jump up here. I want to try this wall bounce again. Boom, and oh yeah, baby. I'm going a little front flipping. Yeah, that's right. Get on the ring. I'm the sports kid. He always sick kid, bro. Am I trying to skip out on gym class? Why do I feel so? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to puke on everyone. I'm just feeling a little. There's no way I can complete this feeling like this. Oh, I feel so terrible. Wait, with the power of puke, I can do this. I'm gonna use it to explore upwards. Yeah, that's right. Nothing can stop me. With puke power, I can fly anywhere. Yeah, that's right. All right, nice one. Things are certain. So is the power of time, with 50% more clean power. Reaching your financial goals can feel chaos. Execution personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and savings so you can find your way to life. Financially credit karma.
But forget what that's like when I see this.
Halfway there, okay. Nice, we're up. Okay, the wall jump. It should be easy enough. Use the puke power. One small step for puke, one giant leap for puke. Okay, I'm going a little out ahead. Okay, guys, I can't control my puke. Guys, help! Dude, different kids change their skins. I thought there was only one way to change your skin. Oh, the dramatic kid. Oh, brother, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is my big day. I'm gonna make my announcement. Sorry, no one's gonna hear my announcement. We need to be everybody here. Everything come here. Yes, okay. Everybody relax. I know you're very stressed out about this, but I'm about to make the craziest announcement ever. Okay.
And I'm about to die.
No. Blue shirt. No. Let's try this one. No, why am I bald? Let's try this one. No. Do we like blood or something? Okay, it's blue or red. Which one am I gonna do? Red. And look fantastic. Everybody on the server, I have changed my skin. I don't think they can.
I see it.
That's why you need to ignore the dramatic kid because they always be making a fuss out of literally nothing. All right, next up we have the fashion kid. Oh no, it's gonna get even worse now, guys. How can I change my outfit when nope? Honey, see my outfit. Right, let's go ahead and just take our outfit. What is that? Oh my gosh, yes, it's so worm core. Oh my, the colors bring out my eyes. And red is so in. Everybody, do I not look slay? Hey guys, I just don't think anyone test. We changed our skin, we get it. Rating a base? How do you even do this differently for all the speedrunner kid? Cue the dream music, and the speedrunner. I know that this absolute bleed is actually just gonna have a water base just down here. Easy W. Hopefully I can beat my old speedrunning record by 0.00001 seconds. Because, you know, that's important to me because I'm a speedrunner. Oh, this is way sweet, bro. I literally just jump over here, easy W, and then we get moving. Easy peasy, not even scared right now. I'm moving down this way. Oh, did they actually give me a challenge? This is way too easy. It's literally free. Up we go. Easy W, bro. And then we crouch into it, and then easy peasy. Use the power of the water to get out a whole slab, bro. I didn't even know that was a thing in Minecraft. Jump down here, easy W, bro. I'm actually just winging this with the power of speed running. It's compelling me. Literally too slow right now. I don't even care. And we're in. This chest is empty. Oh man, I beat my record by 0.05 seconds. But the chest is empty yet, GG. I'm leaving this place. Speedrun attempt ruined. The always late kid. Bro, I'm trying to read a base, not read a newspaper. Okay, I'm just gonna jump down here and oh, that really hurts. Alright, let me just slowly swim this way. Bruh. This is really scary. Okay, up we go. Just swim up. Okay, this one's kind of hard to make. All right, we just want to swim up there. All right, not too bad. And now we climb up this way. Oh no, the cobwebs. All right, I guess we just wait till we can fall to the bottom of this cobweb. I was you too. So okay, we finally did it. Oh, let me die. Yes. Okay, finally I can keep moving forward. Why am I so slow? Oh, my arm almost burnt. Okay, place that there. Easy W. I'm stuck in the. I'm stuck in the cobweb again. Okay, up we go. On, here we go, okay, and be nice and slow. Just slow and steady, you know. It doesn't matter if we're late as long as we're slow and steady. Let me be the speed runner again. It's so much better. Okay, guys, we're gonna go through here. All right, let's just make sure we step on these and walk forward. Nice. Okay, nice. Just keep on moving.
Yeg.
Oh, you almost hit me. Oh, ow. Okay, it hit me. It's fine. We'll make it one day. All right, just keep on moving along this way. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, nice. And into the. It's all empty. This is what I get for being the always late teacher. Why are you here? It's the 2,459th time you're late this week. What's going my fastest? Getting stacked. I didn't like getting a lot of diamonds. I guess the rich kid. Oh, I'm about to get
Right. There's no egg here.
gold. Oh man,
I spent all my
this car when I was 20 years old. My dad
just trying to get an egg. There's no egg in the egg.
Well, you're not even here. Finally back home in this stuff made of diamond. We got the bed in our crib. Oh, I wish I had a better view though, but it would probably cost me like $20 million for that. I mean, that's pretty.
You have any bit going on here? Let me get in it. Sure, babe.
Has it been around?
Outfits.
I had 13 hours.
With the classes thing.
It feels so long.
Okay.
For the past 50 years, immigration into the United States has risen dramatically, resulting in a high concentration of foreign-born students in public schools. The rise of immigrant students in U.S. classrooms has generated serious debate and parental worry about the immediate and long-term effects of immigration on the quality of public education, the educational outcomes of U.S. born students, and the perceived costs that immigrants may impose on public schools. Some of these perceived challenges are due to immigrants' diverse cultural backgrounds, their limited knowledge of the U.S. educational system, the lower
Already
than
got the right
average
guy.
household income, and the
Oh,
fact that
dude,
mix
that's the
between
right
sex
guy
and
didn't
gender.
get here.
Taken together, this perception had led many to believe
Red
that the
Gull, I
challenges
didn't
immigrants
easy.
face in assimilation may require additional school resources which could be taken away from US born students, hampering their success
Yeah,
in the
well,
class.
that's like nice
Our
and
comprehensive
self
10-year study
way.
of Florida K through 12 public schools offer valuable insight into this important question. We study how the presence of immigrant students affect US born students and find that exposure to immigrant students on average has positive effect on the academic achievement of US born students. Moving from a classroom with very few immigrants to one with a substantial immigrant presence actually increases math scores and reading scores of US born students in a sizable way. Most notably, this positive effect is twice as large for disadvantaged US born students, including Black students and those from lower socioeconomic background. We also explored potential mechanisms for the positive effect that immigrants' presence in classroom has on US born students. One area of focus was the role of immigrant family cultural orientation for academic achievement. Students from culture that emphasize self-control and delayed participation, such as Asian and Asian American, tend to outperform non-immigrants.
Pretty cheap for me. I want someone that's a bit more expensive, you know. Ugh, this place doesn't have anything either. It's fine. Let me just grab my stacks of diamonds. I thought I could find something actually useful in this house. What's even the point, man? It's not even worth it. Oh, look at this stupid chump change, bro. Wow. Some broke boy must be living here. Oh, yes, me.
Why can't I
Honestly,
do
I'm gonna go
rectal
play
engine
Kim
ever since I
Kardashian.
got the rectal
Let's
engine
take a
egg?
look at the strict parents kids because I don't know how they're gonna stop me from getting stacks. Strict parents always be getting in my way. Mom, Dad, I'm home and
Actually, but I don't know.
start from school. Good time. Walk in. Just give me a second. I'll get sacked, okay? Relax. Talk to me when done. Mark on my scores. I got it down. Fine. Stop you guys. I'll go get
Five,
diamond first.
six,
Give these two left.
five more.
Okay.
I already knew.
How did mom and dad teach me? They say you grab this, I think, and you need to grab a little bit
I'm
of this,
acting like I don't need
and
10.
a little bit of this. Okay, yeah, and then some of this. Okay, man, this is so hard. So much pressure, mom and dad. You're gonna be so mad at me if I mess this up. You put this here, and then this here, these here, and then this like this. And oh, one diamond. That was a lot of work. Hopefully they'll be proud of me seeing how much hard work I just did. Mom, Dad, guess what? I got a diamond. Are you finally proud of me? Am I finally enough? Your company gets 100 diamonds every 2 seconds. And we're gonna see how different kids react to creepers. Explosion. The Arctic. I am the outsider from France. I have been sent on the exchange. I go to make some out of my land from this range. I make this one explode. Ah, yes, it's true. C'est normal. Without the real lungs. Oh, yes, it's cool down over here. He exploded and make me beautiful. My masterpieces are finished. I get 1 million diamonds for it. Yes, that's right. I am auctioning off for 1 million diamonds for this masterpiece. Yes, you love the diamond. Buy my artwork. 1 million diamonds. I'm not getting 2,000 diamonds back. Okay, fine. Yes, the RP student is not misunderstood. He is absolutely wrong. Let's see how the crybaby kid would react to a creeper explosion. Alright, we're going in here. Our creeper's gonna explode. And wait, no. Ow! And a billion! Where? Help me! Take my boo-boo! They hurt! What? My mom, what? Here, one quick. What? Make him go upside down. I don't like that creeper over there. Make him.
Going through every single Roblox game, and then we go find an egg in it. I'm back. I'm gonna fuck all my stuff. No, I'm looking for an egg. Egg. Forget what that's like. When I send this whole stuff over and over, you like,
And I can do somebody my full attention any time of day, how stressful things were. Taking them active was a real turning point. It's like a non-jittery focus and an energy that didn't exist prior to taking.
how the one with the dust testing with me. Now let me know where the egg is. Where is the egg? 'Cause it's a harder. Egg, 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 egg. Give me an egg, 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 egg. Stop. Extend that. Where if I was an egg in this, I'd be up. Is that the egg? It would be actually the egg, but then this egg, I bet you this egg's gonna be. Typho? Nurse's egg. I don't want to do this. But I said I won't stop until I get my item. Literally only need 4 eggs and then the video's over. 4 eggs can end the video. Four eggs. 4 eggs could end my video. Um, I have to continue this on day 3.